Hello everyone, my name is Mayo Silvers. I am the owner of M2 Hospitality and Event Planning Company and also the founder for Events for Anyone, where we provide mentorship programs to event planners to start and grow their event planning company into multiple six-figure profit business. Today we're going to talk about vendor list. How do we put together a vendor list? What qualifies as a good vendor? Where do we find them and how do we keep them? As a successful event planner, your team is what makes you successful. It's not just you. You cannot be good in everything. You can be everywhere and you cannot be doing everything yourself. So, in order to be successful, you need to build yourself an A team. And that doesn't have to be people on your payroll. So, how are we going to go about doing this, building a team? First, we need to arm ourselves with very good vendors. And how do we know whether a vendor is good for us and our business? First and foremost, we need to ask ourselves, every time we select a vendor to work with us, what are the qualifying questions? We want to ask ourselves, the number one question, is this vendor aligning with my brand, my values? Is this vendor also servicing the same type of clients that I am servicing? Do they also work at the same venues that I like to plan my events? So they need to share the same type of branding as you in terms of representation of themselves, their services, and their products. And also they need to also be serving the same type of clients as you. So that means they have the same level of service that you're providing. They understand your service culture, so you're both on the same page. Okay? So that's number one. And then we want to ask ourselves, how reliable are they? Do they show up on time? Do they clean up after themselves after every setup and tear down? How punctual are they? Right? Then we also want to find out if they have a certificate of insurance, because a lot of times venues will require that vendors have at least $1 million in general liability insurance so that they are covered. You don't want to work with a vendor who depends on you to put them on your certificate of insurance to cover them. We also want to find out if any of their things are outsourced in terms of their products or their labor, especially labor. Do they have people on their payroll or do they outsource their staff? It's extremely important to find that out, because if they're outsourcing their staff, we want to know whether are they trained? Do they have good customer relationship skills? Do they have good communication skills? Do they know how to dress up to show up at the venue? Do they show up in torn jeans and torn t-shirts, or do they wear a well-pressed uniform? So, because they are also a representation of your brand, right? So, one thing that we also want to find out is, do they go above and beyond to work with you as a partner to win the business? What do I mean by that? So I have great vendors. So if I have a client who wants to see a mock setup before they decide whether they want to go with that look, the vision for the event, I will ask my vendors if they are willing to donate their inventory and their time to set it up for me. So one table or a backdrop, so that they can put together how the event is going to look like and make the client feel more comfortable knowing how it actually will look like for their event. So this vendor will go above and beyond to win the client together with me as a team. So now we talk about how to qualify vendors. We want to know how to find them, right? So I personally attend several trade shows a year, and industry shows like wedding shows or Biz Bash or any trade shows that you know that there will be a lot of exhibitors exhibiting. So a lot of vendors exhibiting. They will be showcasing their latest product, latest inventory, and also their services. So go attend these trade shows and start shopping, right? And then you get their business contact, and then you follow up with them and then do your qualifying process. And I also ask friends and family, clients, vendors, and venues for their referral. These are the people who have actually worked with those vendors, and they can give you unbiased reviews. And then of course you have to do the homework yourself and do some research on them. And I also go Google the vendors that are close to me, geographically speaking, or close to the venues that I'm going to do the events. So once I Google them, I will do some stalking, what we call cyber stalking. So I will look at their social medias, I will look at their website, and I will look at how do they represent themselves in social media, and also the testimonials and the reviews that people leave on their social media and their website. Okay, then I decide whether I want to work with them. So now we found out how do we find these vendors. We're going to know how to keep this relationship, right? After we've gone through all the hard work of qualifying them, finding them, we want to keep them. So one big thing to consider is to have a very healthy vendor relationship. Always make prompt payment. Okay, you want people to pay you promptly. Why shouldn't you be paying your vendors promptly? Unless you have established a 30 days credit policy, you should be paying your vendors promptly whenever you get paid. Nobody wants to chase payment, okay? If you're able to pay promptly, you are already number one on their preferred clients to work with. Then you want to treat them right. If they do a good job, send them a gift, send them a great review, or even tip them so that to show that you are appreciating them. If I know the day of the setup or the teardown is going to be a long day and it's going to be very tedious, I always provide vendor meals. I want to feed them. I want to nourish them. I want to show them that I care for them, just like how I care for my employees. So we are all in this together. I don't treat them like just a hired help. They are my partners in my business. Okay? And then another thing I'll do is I normally will spread the love. I spread the business. I don't just give one vendor all my business. This is an extremely dangerous thing to do because you do not want to just depend on one vendor to provide that particular service. You want to be able to spread out your business so that you have good relationship with several vendors of one category. I would say for one category, I spread my business between 2 to 3 vendors equally so that they know that I appreciate their support for me and vice versa. Like I said, you never ever just want to depend on one vendor to do everything for you. So if you have enjoyed this tutorial, please click below to subscribe to my channel or to join our Facebook group. We do have a Facebook group inside Facebook where you will be able to learn tips and tutorials on how to grow and start your event planning company into a 6-figure profit business. We share tutorials every week on different topics that will help you in your business. I love to see you in our Facebook group. So click below to look for the Facebook link and join us in the Facebook group. Thank you, everybody.